Hi, my name is Nala Wright, and I am a personal brand consultant and content creator who has not missed an upload onto YouTube in almost 12 months. So, with that being said, I just want to share how I organize my content ideas because this is a crucial part of the video creation process that is in some shape or form boring, but it's necessary. So let's get right into it. Number one, have a place for your ideas. Ideas come to you at the most random times. In the shower, right before you're going to go to sleep, while you're having a conversation with a friend, and you need a dedicated place to jot those ideas down. As you can see here, I say stop using paper because you need a digital tool to jot these ideas down in, since they come to you at any time of the day, night, etc. And you're going to miss out on these ideas if your content notebook is at home on your desk. And it's not like, I don't know if feasible is the word, or I think it's just not the most efficient way to organize your ideas on paper when you'll just be better off having it digitally. Now, I use Notion. For some people, Notion is like, oh, that's a beast. It does become easier to use eventually, but you can use whatever digital tool that works for you. If you have an iPhone, you can use your Notes app as an example. You can use Google Keep. You can use a Google Doc. You can use a Microsoft Word document. All of that these days can be accessed from your phone, and you need that ease of use. So please choose a digital tool that will work for you in order to capture your ideas and create a system to quickly write down your ideas when they come to you. Why do I use Notion? Well, I really love that I can organize my ideas using tags and databases in a way that works for me. Now, if you're hearing tags and databases and you're like, what the hell are you talking about? These are different elements of the Notion app. And I'll show you a little bit what that looks like in a few minutes here. But I've been using Notion since 2020, and each year I've gotten better and better at using it. I've found my own way to use it, and it's become unique to me. I just think Notion is that perfect thing to customize your digital universe. Make it perfect for you and how you operate. It's just like a blank slate to customize that. If you're someone who's like, whoa, a blank slate is too much, in the past, I've used Asana. I've heard people use Trello. And if this is the first time you're hearing about these apps, do your research. I'm going to keep stressing throughout this video, you have to find a digital tool that works for you. How I organize my ideas. So I organize my content into three main groups. That's content type, theme/category, and content pillars. A content type is a format of style of your videos. A theme/category is a specific topic, subject, or focus area of the content, and content pillars are the main themes of your channel or brand. Content pillars, I feel like, is the thing that you probably have heard about before, and it's the foundation. It's what holds up your YouTube home. That's what your content pillars are for. And it really helps to create these labels for your ideas so you can put them into these buckets. It's one thing to brain dump your ideas or have this kind of place where you capture your ideas, but it's when it's time to go to where your ideas are and pick and choose, okay, what does this idea do for my channel? You want to have those buckets where you can put them in so you can start to make sense of your ideas. if that makes sense, you know? So before I explain how I choose which ideas to make into videos, let me get into like a concrete example of each of these types of, how do I refer to them? These three main groups. Let me show you examples of that. So I want to zoom in here a little bit more. So I hope you can see this. I'm going to move myself right here. So content type. This is kind of, about 10 different content types here. And I want you to screenshot this because I think the content type works across many different niches, especially if you're building an educational brand or channel. You can use these different type of content types. But again, it works across many different niches. We have educational / how-to, inspirational / how-to, vlog, behind the scenes, tutorial / educational concept, case study / personal story, opinion / real talk, inspiration / real talk, promotional / interactive, vlog / personal story, edutainment, and lists. Do your research if any of these content types seem obscure to you. But one thing I want to point out to you is, like, for example, in the educational / how-to, inspirational / how-to, they're both how-to types of videos, but the difference would be in the delivery and the messaging in that video. And that's going to be described in terms of the educational aspect or inspirational, So you can categorize your content types in those ways. We have the inspirational / real talk, opinion / real talk. That first little part of the label is the way the message is going to be delivered. And I hope that's clear. Let's move down to theme / category. Now, this is more specific to my channel. My channel, the broader thing that it's about is YouTube strategy, content creation, and personal branding. That's like kind of my jam. So within that, and we'll get to the content pillars in a second, but within that, I can go into several different themes / categories, and I have those listed out here. So when I get a content idea, I will put it down on a page, and I will go in and choose these different labels. I will choose a content type that it falls under, and I will choose a theme / category. It just helps me. A real life way I will use this, if it's like, okay, I've been talking about personal branding in my past 2 videos. I want to switch it up and get into that content strategy. I want to switch it up and get into some productivity, some business development. It allows me to keep it fresh for my audience, but also keep it fresh for me as a content creator, because sometimes, even though you may love a topic, I love personal branding, that doesn't mean every time I sit down to record a video, that's what I want to talk about. So having these different themes / categories allows me to spice it up, switch it up within my own video creation process, which keeps this content creation thing, this YouTube thing, fun, and keeps me going in some shape or form. I don't think I'm gonna read each of these different themes and / categories, but if it will help you create your own theme and categories, please screenshot. Go ahead and do it. Content pillars. Now, you see how this is slim and trim. There's only 3. I usually suggest for creators to come up with at least 3 content pillars for their channel. And as I said, it's what keeps your house held up, your YouTube house, your corner of the internet held up. And my pillars for my channel is content creation, personal brand, and business. I don't think I've revised this in quite a while, but maybe I would change content creation to YouTube strategy, because I tend to speak mostly about YouTube tips here. I don't be talking about IG for real, or I don't talk about TikTok for real, LinkedIn for real. Like, I'm the YouTube person. in terms of content creation. So I would maybe make that more specific, but I think this, how it lives and how it stands right now, is a true reflection of when I was starting my channel and really beginning to be consistent on my channel. I just needed that broad. I needed broad. I needed a space and a direction, but I needed to keep things broad so I can explore and test things out within that space. So that is my little nugget of wisdom to you. When you're coming up with your content pillars, it's okay to start broad and reflect and check back in maybe in 6 months, 3 months, whatever the case may be, and be like, my pillars can start to get a bit more specific because I've been in the field, been in the weeds, and I really know the general ideas that I like to share on my channel. So when I was first starting, it was comfortable for me to choose content creation, personal brand, and business as my main pillars. All right, so let's close that up. I'm going to zoom back out to 200, move myself over here. So let's talk a little bit about how I choose which ideas to make into videos. My thought process is, you've heard of a content calendar, I'm assuming. If not, that's okay. But in the past, I would do, let me sit down for the month and plan out, take my content ideas that I've been mulling over, listing out, coming up with, and put those out onto my content calendar. I'll do these videos this week, that week, so on and so forth. What I found is that doesn't work for me. I need flexibility, and I kind of tend to plan choose which ideas to make into videos the week of. I like to be in tune with my feelings and really choose the ideas that really resonate to me in the moment, because I feel like that will help with my delivery and things will come off with a bit more oomph if I do that. If I force myself to make a video on an idea that I'm not really feeling in the moment, I feel like that's creating tension for myself unnecessarily. And I'm always take inventory of how I'm feeling, what I'm going through in the week, and see if I can extract ideas from that so that I can just, speak from that place of passion that I really want to be felt by the viewer on the other side. So that's one way I go about it. Another way I go about it is I always have ideas. I have endless ideas for my content. And I will be coming out with a video on how I have endless video ideas. But what was I about to say? I'll explain how I choose which ideas to make into videos. I have endless video ideas. Stay with me. Hold on 1 second. It's about to come back to me. So what I was going to say is, let's say I'm in a situation where I'm pressed for time. Maybe I had in the beginning of the week chosen a few videos where it's like, I'm feeling these ideas, I want to execute on them. But the day comes up where it's time to film, or it's like, the week is running down, I need to get these videos out. I can't execute on this video idea right now. It's just going to take too much energy, too much time that I don't have. I always have video ideas that are a bit more that work for that kind of press for time situation. That's a little bit more low effort. And over time within my content creation journey, within my YouTube journey, I've learned to build up more of those types of all right, just give me the topic of the video and I'm going to just flow off the top of the head with it. Or I'm going to do this type of format of this video right now is kind of a little bit new to my channel, but it works for me. I can follow this page. We can look at it together and I can just kind of talk y'all through it. I don't know how it will perform. I don't know what it will do, but I know I'll help at least one person. So I would encourage you to come up with have your super incredible like video ideas that you're really excited to bring to life, but if you know they're going to take a bit more out of you, require a bit more production time and so on and so forth, you got to have a mix of ideas where it's like, oh, that's a great idea, I feel real passionate about it, let me just talk about it to the camera, and it will still provide value. I have a educational channel. I'm building an educational brand. I'm trying to show my authority within a particular space, and really show that I know what I'm talking about in a particular space. So I'm always gonna kind of think of like, okay, can I share this video idea in a way that will be valuable to somebody else? You may have someone else going on different with your channel, but just keep those things in mind. And to bring it home here, it's just like, you got to have ideas where you can get out even if you don't have a lot of time on your hands. Start building up that type of library of video ideas. So yeah, like, I choose which ideas to make into videos based on how I'm feeling, the type of time I have, and that's pretty much it. So my final point here of digital tools help you work better. I'm going to always be an advocate for Notion. I want you to start to get familiar with Notion. Learn about it. Watch all the videos available on YouTube that train you on how to use Notion, especially for content creators. There's tons of amazing content out there. There's people that have even created Notion templates for content creators, like created Notion content calendars and things like that. I got a Notion template about 2 years ago from Vanessa Lau. I paid for that thing and I still use it till this day, so go out there. There's templates. There's a whole Notion world that I'm locked in with, and I'm going to always suggest that to you. But I'm also an advocate for, like, people have to do what works for them. If it's going to be a huge learning curve for you to learn Notion, start simple. That's why I brought up notes as an option. But whatever it's going to be, you gotta do a digital tool because it helps you stay organized and helps you work more professionally. On that point of professionalism, right? You gotta treat YouTube as a business, or if it works to think of it as a job. However you gotta do it, you gotta maintain some sort of professionalism. And at somebody's job or at somebody's business, you're not gonna be up in there being unorganized forever. You got to get organized. You got to prioritize organization and keeping your shit in line. And when you just scribbling things down in a notebook, like, hey, I know there's going to be the people out there and say, that works for me. Shout it as loud as you want to, but I'm still going to be here saying you got to get a digital tool. Efficiency. Please don't forget about that word, efficiency. The paper stuff might work. It might work, but is it the most efficient route to do that? And when you're treating this thing as a job or a business, efficiency is going to matter. It's going to play a part in it all. So I hope this was helpful. Organize your content ideas, okay? And please look out for that video about how I come up with my video ideas. Look into my library of other stuff on my channel. I am here to help you on your YouTube journey and to build a strong personal brand here on YouTube. Check out my links in the description. I have a lot of free resources, yada, yada, yada. I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.